My name is Mark.
My name is Aiden.
I'm Isaac.
I'm William.
And today we're going to be looking at the AutoMato4200. Start off by plugging it in, starting this bad boy up.
Power is on. So we have a lovely startup animation.
Alrighty, and as soon as it's done, you'll be able to see here, this is our main screen. On the left here are the input readings from the user, and on the right are the input readings from the sensors. We're going to start off looking at the light sensor. Here we have a potentiometer that you can see changes the setting for the user input. That is an analog input. Over here, we also have another analog input. This is our light sensing diode, and this is what controls our main light in the system over here. So if I cover the sensor, it makes it dark, and that's going to turn on our greenhouse. And if I uncover it, it's going to turn that back off again through our digital output that spins the motor.
Alright, and then as it spins back and turns that bad boy off on its own, we will go on to the moisture. So the moisture you can see here is reading from the soil moisture, the capacitive soil moisture sensor, which is an analog input device. You can see it change values here when I touch it. And then if it changes and needs to be modified, or I increase the dial, then you can hear the pump turn on. And this is an excellent opportunity to demonstrate the e-stop button, because when the e-stop button is pressed, it triggers the pump to no longer function.
Perfect. So next we have the humidity sensor. So within the box here, if the humidity is too high, then these vents here will open up and allow the moisture to leave. So we have here an analog input, so we can choose any humidity sensor or humidity level we want. And if we want to just turn that down or turn it up, the vents will open and close accordingly. And we can also coordinate the fan with that as well. And that would be a digital output.
So for our next, we have the temperature sensor here. This is controlled by, again, another analog input with this analog input. And as we increase this temperature, this requested temperature, the fan will turn on, cooling the system until eventually it will turn off. Another added feature we have is for those who live in Europe, if they want to prefer Celsius units, you can also convert from Fahrenheit, and the same thing applies. William, would you like to go over requirements?
Sure, let me show you how we accomplish the requirements with our I/O sheet. So we have 4 digital inputs with various switches, and the humidity and temperature sensor input reading. We have 4 digital outputs, being the pump and fan, both of which are controlled by relay motor boards, 2 stepper motors for the fan vent and the light switch, and we have 7 analog inputs, that being the sensor of the LDR, the soil moisture sensor input reading, and the right side potentiometer, as well as all the other potentiometers. So, yeah.
Awesome.
All right.
Again, I'm Mark Berglund.
I'm Aiden.
I'm Isaac.
And I'm William.
And we will see you on the next episode of PWM Radio.